we have Steve McConnell in a 2JZ S13, car that I approve of very much.
Obviously, and a great engine and chassis combination there.
Fantastic combination, and can he make it work? He does a very smooth initiation there, and very nice through clip 2 as well, and clip 3. Exit very early to the wall, can he hold it? Yes, absolutely fantastic line so far, nice and wide. Can we make that late transition quite snappy? Out to clip 6, this is going fantastically so far.
This might be up there as a top qualifying run. I'm not gonna give it the judge's curse, but I like that quite a lot.
That was absolutely brilliant. Like I say, fantastic engine and a fantastic chassis. You can't go too wrong unless I'm driving.
Both of us.
Steve McConnell, Steve McConnell, a Rolls-Royce engineer as well.
A lot of engineers in BDC.
There is a lot of engineers.
You can see why.
Yeah, you've got to. I think you've almost got to be an engineer in BDC if you're going to work on your own car.
Yep, a lot. You don't see many other, much other professions, but massive difference in what it's like. And as you see, massive score there for Stephen Connell, a 92.67, putting him straight into first place. So he can either go for an all-out run for top qualifier, depending on how the rest of the grid goes, or he can play it safe for his second run.
Very close.
Very close indeed. So, next driver up, we're going to have, I think it's Stephen McConnell. Yep.
Stephen McConnell in that lovely yellow S13 with a 2J in. 92.67 puts him in second place currently. Can he beat that? And that entry looks very smooth indeed.
The pressure's off for Steve now, but he knows that
he's having fun now.
Yep.
And the smoke show is showing that there for sure.
That sounds so good.
I was just listening to it for a second. I just didn't want to talk. I just wanted to hear it pull away down Power Alley, as we call it.
Yep, sounded perfect there. That 2J just on song. It's very strange, isn't it? It's from a driver's perspective or spectators. You can tell what the engine is from the engine, the notes and the sound, and
it's years of experience of hearing, listening to engines doing the things you don't want them to do.
Yep, and not scoring as high at 85.33, keeping Stephen in second place with his first run, but he'll be happy with that. The confidence will be up, and that'll carry him well into battles later this afternoon. Also, we've got an interview, I believe, from Michelle, who caught up with Stephen McConnell, I do believe.
So, Stephen, there's quite a few victims going into these walls today. Would you say it's something that you welcome and you enjoy, or does it make you feel a little bit anxious?
Sorry, radio was going there. Walls, I used to get a little bit anxious with them. Obviously, there's the fact I've actually just sprayed this car, just got it, a lot of new fiberglass panels on it, but drifting's about putting on a show, so I welcome the walls. We've already done a couple of little wall runs, so...
100% agree, and we've got the audience today, which is amazing as well, and I think that kind of gives the buzz out there. But I have to say, your car is looking amazing. It's one piece, so fingers crossed today goes well for you, and we'll catch up later.
Cheers, Michelle.
So next up on the line, we have got Steve McConnell in the yellow PS and Nick Davey. It's a very pretty car.
They're both quite pretty. The yellow one is prettier.
It's a prettier
It's
car.
prettier and faster by the looks of it. Not a fantastic initiation though.
No, and
a
a
very
little bit of a
shallow
wobble
initiation.
as well
As
from
Nick
Nick.
Davey wasn't entirely sure whether he's actually going to initiate there. Held back a little bit, but now it's raining. Stephen O'Connell
McConnell
back in.
Yeah. We were getting too excited here watching the action.
Too excited. And Nick Davey really is climbing up on the side of McConnell. As they come over a line, big smoke screen, loads of smoke from McConnell's car there.
As you see the initiation, but Nick there's nowhere to be seen on that, but a little bit of a waver from both drivers on initiation.
Well, I think because McConnell was so straight in his initiation, I don't know whether Nick Davey didn't know whether he was actually going to initiate or not, so kind of held back, but clawed it back for the rest of the battle. A very slight advantage to the lead driver.
couple of errors from both guys there on that run, so we'll switch them around. See if Steve McConnell can bring the fight to Nick Davey. Not give too much away into the first initiation. Very evenly matched, these cars as well.
Yeah. McConnell is...
Wow, using all of the track there. Big initiation and weight transfer. But
still a shallow initiation from McConnell.
But McConnell's there, the proximity is there. He's a little bit closer on the first half of the track.
Oh, completely off the track for Nick Davey.
Yep.
And McConnell not getting sucked into it.
No.
Just managed to drive around, makes the overtake. That's a legal overtake.
Yep, that is legally allowed if driver falls off track and you want to keep your foot in. You're more than welcome to do so and power around, much like he's done. So that would be a 10-0 advantage to Stephen McConnell. Closer on initiation here, but Nick's trying to drive away, drops off circuit. Steve not carrying enough speed to fall for it and get sucked into the line. Just keeps the power on and around the outside. It's pretty clear cut at that.
Yep. And let's just have the judges put it in writing, as it were. And there we go. Clear winner. McConnell goes through, and unfortunately Nick Davey is the end of competition for him.
Right, here
so
we are.
Up next, Jolene McDonald and Stephen McConnell
against each other. Do you reckon Stephen McConnell's going to be very happy when he gets pink paint all up the side of that nice fancy yellow PS?
I think it might be quite a nice colour combination, the two of those together.
Well, we're going to find out, because you know full well
they look like sweeties.
They do. Jolene is not going to hold back. Whether or not she's caught napping on the start line.
Steve McConnell left that gate like a scolded cat. Look at him, wow.
Like, I do not want her damaging my paint.
And Jolene, a big bit of proximity there. I think she got caught a little bit unexpected of the speed of McConnell there. But a nice transition and back on the door as they come through the last hairpin and now millimetres away. Jolene just trying to catch up. McConnell driving away again. Jolene, I think, just making a couple little errors there. I think a couple little corrections, not allowing her to get the power down straight away.
I think Jolene was
just
slow off the mark from the start line there, which left the separation coming into these first lot of hairpins. A lot of respect from Jolene as she transitions here. She's very close to this car. She could have probably given him a nudge, but as you can see, starts to dial the power on, and Stephen just edged away on that final corner. So yeah, slight advantage Stephen McConnell there as we switch him around.
Jolene is a lead, McConnell to chase. Can McConnell keep more proximity than Jolene?
Stephen was out that gate and gone, thinking more scared for his paint job.
A bit of a weird initiation from Jolene there, and Stephen following suit as they come round to, against the wall, and hits the wall by Jolene. Very close. Stephen McConnell taking full advantage and diving right up on the door. Very snappy transition from Jolene McDonald. Stephen McConnell just taking a little millimetre back there, just as a precaution for the front end of his car, but not giving Jolene now any room as he climbs up on the door and over the line.
Very good lead run there from Jolene, and fantastic down on towards clip 4. She just takes the bumper off that car. A little bit of a weird entry there. She's on the hydro.
It's a bit too much hydro and a bit of a fault, and McConnell sees that and panics a little bit. Does almost exactly the same thing.
Jolene comes down the wall, just tags it nicely, flicks the bumper off the grass onto the way, and Stephen's straight there. Get on the door and capitalise.
He definitely takes full advantage of that big wide door that Jolene left open, and I think the proximity is a lot closer on that battle, as indicated by the bar.
Yep, and as you can see, Stephen McConnell takes the win over Jolene. Show your appreciation for Jolene McDonald, putting a fantastic show on for everybody here today. Great battle earlier on. And fair play to Stephen McConnell in the very well turned out yellow PS13, moving through to the top 8.
He's having a very good day today.
Indeed. But here we are. So on the line, Owen Atkinson on the left, chasing out Stephen McConnell. Let's see if Owen's not going to put too much angle on and carry some speed. But wow, look at how fast Stephen McConnell's flying into this first section. Owen Atkinson's not got an answer for this pace.
Close to an answer. Owen, Stephen McConnell just completely driving away, and on a fantastic line. Owen Atkinson trying desperately to cut the track to make up some proximity, but Stephen McConnell just driving away, and again a little bit of an over-rotation and then an error, just giving Owen Atkinson an opportunity to step up there, but not really taking it and falling back again.
Owen having a massive wobble there coming off that second hairpin. I just think that Owen's putting on too much angle and not carrying enough speed.
Well, McConnell over-rotated very slightly and had to straighten just out of the back of the second.
And you watch this, he's all four wheels just sliding into this second corner to try and get some proximity, but not got an answer. And then coming off the power in here, you can see Owen just straightens out of it, reinitiates again. So slight advantage, to Stephen McConnell. I'm sure his spotters will be on the radio, if he's got a spotter, that is.
One would assume. So as they line up to go again, Owen Atkinson to lead, Stephen McConnell to chase. Owen Atkinson knows his spotters would have told him, and a fantastic entry from Owen Atkinson there. Stephen McConnell, though, straight on the door and about to close up the gap through the first hairpin. He does. Almost contact. I don't know if that was contact there, but gives him a little bit of room to manoeuvre on the transition and then jump straight back on the door again. Stephen McConnell putting the hammer down now as Owen Atkinson on a pretty good line. A little bit shallow there at Stephen McConnell, right on the door of Owen Atkinson.
Yeah, really.
Did you see? Was there contact in the middle there?
No, because I had a look at the door on his car. It still looks like it's in very nice condition. Good. As he comes around this second lot. I've been right on the edge of the track there from Owen Atkinson. Not sure. Maybe a tyre on the side skirt, but that's totally acceptable.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
And I dare say that this is going to be advantage Stephen McConnell for the proximity that he has had there. Yeah, it's just showing it looks like it's going to go that way. But show your appreciation, local driver Owen Atkinson putting on a fantastic show here today. And Stephen McConnell takes the win in the super sexy yellow PS13 and progressing on to the
top four.
Final four.
T-side for round one of the British Drift Championship. We do finally have Stephen McConnell and Stu Egdell lined up. This is for the final place in either the semi-final or the final, and they are off. Stephen McConnell to lead, Stuart Egdell to chase. Stephen McConnell flying off the line. His wheels haven't stopped spinning since he left the line. Stuart Egdell
having a massive straighten and a wobble there behind Stephen McConnell coming through the dogleg. Not too sure what happened at that point, but Stephen McConnell on an absolute flyer, and Stuart Egdell there just caught in the smoke slightly, trying to play catch-up. But a very, very good lead line there from Stephen McConnell. A little bit of an error from Stuart Egdell behind, slightly out of line there.
Very, very, very smoky lead line. Stuart Egdell having to have quite...
So you see the initiation, line. As you can see there,
massive
straighten.
Correction there, straighten. Just through clip 2. What a good spot there. How did you see that? The camera wasn't even looking at it.
Because I am a man of many talents, master of none. But you have to have a keen eye. The judges will have picked up on that, and that's why Stephen McConnell will probably have taken a slight advantage. Yep, and as you can see on the power board on the bottom there, Stephen McConnell takes a slight advantage, 6-4 in favour over Stu Egdell. Stu Egdell has got it all to play for here. He knows that he's going to be slightly behind, and Stephen McConnell is going to want to try and capitalise on that and stick it on the door and prove the dominance, moving up into the semi-final. Stu Egdell with a nice flick entry, but Stephen McConnell not letting him get away and not giving an inch.
Yeah, Stephen McConnell now diving back, but straight in from Stu Egdell and off the track. Stephen McConnell making a legal pass there, so that'll be a 10-0 to Stephen McConnell straight away as Stu Egdell
does
not even appear to be driving anymore.
Stephen McConnell in the super sexy PS13 there.
Yeah, into the final. Stu Egdell, hopefully not broken anything, and can continue into the semi-final.
This had all the elements to be a fantastic battle, but Stu there just throwing it away with that straight and he hit the wall. Stu Egdell hit the wall and pulled the car off track, gripped up, ripped the bumper off. He threw the drift away.
He did. He didn't win the battle. We lost the battle. Well, hopefully the car's all right. That's that back end's taking quite the battering, as you have said. I would agree with you now. That is a battered back end now.
As defo seen way too much action this weekend, and as you can confirm, Steve McConnell takes the win into the final. Stu Egdell there needs to get that car sorted, ready for a third and fourth playoff.
Third and fourth playoff with Danny Maguire. So we will have Stuart Egdell again needs to go and change the tyres. We shall wait for him to change the tyres again to go into the semi-final.
Show your appreciation, crowd, for these two drivers putting on a fantastic show. Our last final battle, the first run, we're going to be seeing Stephen McConnell in his sexy PS13 up against
this is
Dan
the final.
Tyler. I didn't have either of these guys in the final, but after watching today's proceedings, Dan Tyler's very, very impressed me with his driving capability. Very fast driver.
Very, very much so, and yeah, fantastic driving. But Stephen McConnell, beautiful car, and also very much driving as they're off the line. Stephen McConnell to lead, Dan Tyler to chase. Stephen McConnell again.
Wow,
very fast, but not a very good initiation, not a big flick there, just confusing Dan Tyler. Dan Tyler now getting back on the door as Steve McConnell opens it up for him. But Dan Tyler not giving him a millimetre. Nice transition. Dan Tyler straight on the back of McConnell's.
Look at the proximity on this.
Absolutely nothing between them as they come across South Bank. A very slight separation, but Dan Tyler creeps back on again as they come over the line.
That is exactly what we wanted to see in the final here at Teesside. Wow. Beautiful amount of proximity from Dan Tyler coming through the second hairpin. Just held back a little bit on South Bank, which generated a little bit of separation, but so fast and so committed from both these guys. This is where Dan Tyler starts to rein him in. You can see he's starting to apply the pressure and the power. Nice transition through the smoke, gets back on the inside of the door. Looks like he's almost going to hit the car, but just backs out of it slightly there. Steeples a little bit of a gap, but wow. Wow.
Good lead line apart from that initiation by Stephen McConnell.
And as you can see, a slight advantage to Dan Tyler there as a 6-4 as we go straight back into the final run here at Teesside. Dan Tyler to lead out Steve McConnell. Stephen McConnell initiating on the inside, but Dan Tyler carrying all the speed. Very, very fast. Steve McConnell not letting him get away.
Wall run by Dan Tyler.
Oh, wow.
Steve McConnell, a little bit of separation now between the two, Dan Tyler and Steve McConnell, but Dan Tyler on a fantastic line. Steve McConnell taking a dive, shortcutting the track slightly to gain some proximity as they come over the South Bank. Dan Tyler just seems to be driving away from it now, with Steve McConnell absolutely nothing to give to
Holy smokes, Batman. That was fast, on point, and Dan Tyler just throws in a wall rub on clip 4 for good measure.
In the final, as you do.
Yeah, when it counts, throw it in, little wall rub. Not too far apart, but yeah, there you go, there's the wall rub. But Steve McConnell doesn't capitalise on that and start to apply the pressure and get the proximity there. I think, I'm not a betting man, but Dan Tyler might have edged this slightly over Stephen McConnell. But we don't know. We have got to wait. Guys, Teesside, show your appreciation for both these drivers in the final. And as we can confirm, we see Dan Tyler takes the win over Stephen McConnell and wins the Pro 2 BDC Round 1. What an amazing battle these two drivers have put on for you, and not a scratch. So this is just a replay for those at home looking on the live stream as to that final battle. Quite clear cut, really, when you consider the amount of proximity that Dan Tyler had over Steve McConnell, and Steve not having an answer for the amount of speed and pace that Dan Tyler was carrying there. And fairly rewarded as well. Dan Tyler's put a hell of a show on, and so has Steve this weekend. And
just look at the proximity through the middle of that track there, just before the transition from Steve McConnell.
It's going to be great.
It's just millimetres from Dan Tyler. Dan Tyler just puts it straight back on the door again. Absolutely fantastic driving. It's brilliant to watch.
Yep, and it's going to be great watching these guys tomorrow in pro battle. With the amount of seat time that they've had, they're going to have the line dialed. So hopefully these guys are going to be able to do well, and big things for them. But just want to mention as well, the judges pick a hard charger award, and for obvious reasons, Max Fleckney has been awarded the hard charger, and he gets a pro pass tomorrow to drive in the pro classification. So hopefully he can get his car sorted, get it back out on track, and get it dialed in so that he can get some more seat time and an opportunity to drive with the pro drivers tomorrow as well.
Very exciting for him. So we just watch the end of the replay of this run.
The staff just getting the podium set up and everything down on the finish line there. And look at that, not a mark on it,
Still not a mark
blemish.
On it. Makes it all the way to the final and not a ding.
And Stuart Egdal, poor lad, bless him, gets absolutely annihilated in every battle on his way up. And a little slight wall rub there on the corner.
Just a tiny touch.
Yep, look at that. Fair play.
Yeah, beautiful looking car as well.
Oh, go on, Bessie. Right, we're just going to get these drivers over to our podium area.
And in second place, the lovely PS13, lovely yellow PS13, driven by Steve McConnell, everyone.
Plenty of appreciation from the crowd there, and rightly so. He'll be a very, very happy chappy. Not a scratch on the car, unless he obviously decided to do that. Dan, there's a trophy for you from this young lady. He's I'll take that.
I'm just interested in the champagne, mate. I don't need any of the.
No, I don't
need any of the trophies.
I don't want that plastic. You get me on that shot. Oh, here we go. And there we have it, everybody. Show your appreciation for these three guys. Put on a fantastic show.
Lovely. Excellent, lovely. So join us again tomorrow for Pro Day of the British Drift Championship. It's going to be another bright and sunny day, and there is going to be a lot of smoke, so join us.
And that's us signing off, so thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow. I'm Ben Manuel, and goodbye.
I'm Mike Walton. See you later. So next up we have Stephen McConnell. Stephen McConnell, unbelievable driving yesterday. Very sexy. PS13 in yellow, and it's still immaculate after yesterday's all the way through the battles.
Yep, he got through right into the top three. So again, another driver that's had plenty of opportunity to get this line dialed. Just using the handbrake there to settle the car and scrub the speed into the deacceleration zone onto clip 4. Nice and smooth as he's come through the second hairpin in the transitions, pushing it out towards the outer clips. You'll see now all the power up into what we call power alley. Nice and wide out there over the last clip 8, and a fluid, strong finish. Plenty of angle and smoke as he comes on the line, and he's happy with that.
Yeah, these Pro-Am drivers, with all that practice they have yesterday, really showing that they've still got it today, and not letting the pressure of being in the Pro class get to them. So Stephen McConnell is a Rolls-Royce engineer, and that S13 has a 2JZ in it. Comes in with a score of 87.67, putting him in second place so far. His sponsors are Treads Garage, Zestino Tyres, Lee Smart Racing, FCK. That's as many as I can read out. And
Stephen,
now.
Yeah, Stephen McConnell.
Beautiful car. Can't get over how good that car looks.
Yep.
Stephen McConnell is even better in real life. We're just seeing what you see at home on the screen.
Yep, we're sat in our little editing suite office watching him. He said this is the best car he's ever driven. Traded out of his BMW just when he needed more power. This one became available. It's new to him for this year. New fresh paint job, and it looks immaculate, especially after the amount of battles he did yesterday. And as you can see there, they're not real lights. They are stickers. Yep. For obvious reasons, because they're very, very expensive for the back of this car.
I learned that very quickly on my car and went for stickers myself. It saved a fortune. Daniel Guire, 91 was his original run, and that is his highest scoring
He's going to be very happy with that, though.
Second. Fifth place for Danny Maguire. He'll be smiling, and don't get too close to him. Or if you do, make sure you're wearing your sunglasses. Stephen McConnell waiting for the go-ahead to go 87.67 on his first run.
Currently sat in 9th position. Can he fire it up and get a better score on the board? And wow, all the speed. A little bit better in towards that clip
nice
one.
flick, but not enough angle against the wall for my liking. Very deep through 4 though now as he comes flying around the first hairpin. Not so deep into 5, not as deep as we wanted to see. Can he make it up through 6? Very deep into 6. A little coming away from the line, putting the hammer down through 7. A little bit over 7. Can he make it through 8? Lovely through 8 as he finishes over the track. Big smoke show.
Very, very smooth and fluid one, but like you said there, Mike, could have been a little bit deeper on clip 1, but come firing down the wall on clip 4, just rubbing the back of that bumper, which is very, very nice, and a fluid finish. Whether that'll be rewarded in the judges' score, we'll wait and see. Currently sat in 9th position with an 87.6, so doesn't better his first run with an 85.67 and stays in 9th place there for Stephen McConnell.
That's right, now 2 fantastic looking cars. Adam Simmons in that Rimac Z4. Stephen McConnell in the PS13.
Stephen was fast yesterday, so I'm not sure what Adam's got up his sleeve here.
Adam's car is very fast too. I've seen him be one of the fastest drivers around Teesside, and he's had a lot of practice here as well. So let's see how we get on as they leave the line. Adam Simmons firing towards the first corner. A lovely, massive flick, but a good entry as well from Stephen McConnell, anticipating Adam Simmons' moves perfectly. Adam Simmons now creating a bit of distance between the two, but Stephen McConnell closing that gap as they come through the first hairpin. Lovely transition from both drivers. Stephen McConnell now going to look to climb up on the side of Adam Simmons' door. Adam Simmons, though, seems to be pulling away round the big corner, definitely putting the power down, and he's saying, I know Stephen McConnell was quick, but I am quicker.
Yep. Adam Simmons having a very, very good lead line. Nice initiation, gave all opportunity to Stephen there. Stephen looked like he struggled coming out the second hairpin, and it was very shallow on from clips 6 to 7.
I like the dive from Stephen McConnell on the entry there. He didn't flick at the same time. He almost flicked a little bit before. It was a lot straighter, but it enabled him to dive straight on the door of Adam Simmons as they came through clip 2, and then unfortunately Adam managed to drive away. So let's flip them around. Stephen McConnell to lead, Adam Simmons to chase. Can Stephen McConnell find some more pace out of that car? Because I dare say Simo is going to stick it on the side of his door.
Yep, he's going to flick in behind Stephen. I hope that he can
so we've actually got a bit of an advantage to Stephen McConnell at the minute rather than Adam Simmons. So judges obviously seeing it in a different perspective to us. Adam Simmons not really making an entry at all. Stephen McConnell has disappeared, and Adam Simmons is nowhere to be seen. Did he enter at all? The camera panned out.
I think that Adam Simmons either missed shift or missed the gear coming off the start line and had to get his power back in, making up for it now. But is it enough? Can Adam Simmons get right on that door? And he is. He's there pushing Stephen McConnell over the line.
Yeah, so Adam Simmons finally finding some pace in the later half of that run, but I'm not 100% sure what happened on the start. It just seemed to not initiate at all.
It looked like he'd set off, missed a gear, and then had to kind of get back into the flow again. Yeah. That's why as he initiated behind, there was separation coming up towards clip 4, but they're making as much advantage as he can to get as close as possible coming round South Bank. Difficult one to call this, Mike. We'll have to see what the judges think of this. Maybe they've got a clear-cut winner. Maybe they were going to be looking at a review. We're not sure.
I'm thinking Stephen McConnell may have pipped that one.
Wow.
Look at the flames come out the front of Adam Simmons' car.
Adam Simmons there just getting the flames on the overrun there out of that LS V8 engine. Anybody want a burger? That sounds cool as well, that angry V8 engine in that Z4. Do we have a decision from the judges? We have no power bar up at the minute, which means that they are conferring behind the scenes and they want to see another replay of the entry. As I know that's the first entry. The first entry, yeah. judges just wanting to replay this slightly. Adams very fast through that first hairpin, and just seeing, is there a bit of an error here from Stephen McConnell? If you watch, he comes on the inside of the track, and he's right up on the curb there slightly, trying to get close to Adam and sacrificing position as Adam powers away around the south bank there. And
yeah, Adam's so fast around that bank, isn't he? As soon as he gets a grip in the car.
So Adam
Simmons,
well, he just pan out there. It looks like he's straight and then initiates and then gets back on the power again, coming down into the infield. And here he's trying to make up as much position as possible. But does he sacrifice the same amount of track? It looks like he does, but it's here where Adam Simmons gets all the proximity. It's glued to the side of that PS13 as well, well within the 3 metre zone, and a very, very strong finish as he comes over the line. So errors from both drivers, but a strong finish from Adam Simmons. Not sure if it'll be enough to take the win.
So and the winner, McConnell, unanimous.
Yeah, I think that was down to Adam Simmons not initiating in the chase position and therefore driving more round the first corner, which obviously gave him chance to catch up on the infield.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic of Adam Simmons, so a shame to see that, but well done to Steve McConnell. Goes through to the top 16. Michelle Westby, who is with Steve McConnell.
So Stephen, an amazing weekend for you so far. How are you feeling about going, as they say, with the big boys today?
I'm absolutely buzzing about it. That's the best result we've ever had with drifting, best result we've had in the BDC. It's been a long time coming. It's just that we've always been lacking with the car, and finally we've brung the right tool for the job, and it paid off for us and that. So I'm absolutely buzzing to be out here. No nerves, I'm just dying to send it with them.
Is there anyone that you feel is real competition today, or anyone you'd love the chance to battle?
Who I'd like to battle? There's a list. Like a Willie Hanna I'd like to battle. Dave Egan in the Corvette, that'd be good for views with it. But there's a long list. You've got Dwayne McKeever. It's all the big names that you kind of dream of battling one day. So there's a long list, and hopefully get a wee shot to take them on.
I can tell, literally, I can see the smile coming through your helmet, and I'm really excited to see you here today. So best of luck. Thank you. Stephen, I know you're going to be very happy, but also surprised that you've made it this far today. But I've got a feeling this might not be where it ends. Go on, tell everyone how happy you're feeling right now.
Never obviously expected this. This new car to us. We've been competing for a couple of years and struggling in E36, but this car is the proper tool for the job now. So, and I'm just buzzing that I'm gelling well with it. The car's brilliant, just need to do the job. He's my teammate that I've drove with him for years. Great guy and that, but just gonna have to try and door him and send it.
I think that's what the crowd are here to see, so we like hearing that. Over to you, Matt.
So next up we have Stephen McConnell in that lovely PS13 and a very shiny R33 driven by William Hanna. This could be an interesting battle. They're both very, very fast.
Yeah,
Stephen McConnell having a lot more practice than Willie Hanna. Wow, look at that entry from Willie Hanna using all the track. Stephen McConnell was straight on the side of him. Really nice line here from William Hanna, giving Stephen McConnell all the opportunity to climb up on his door as they come through, and he definitely does. And really nice transition from the lead driver as Stephen McConnell cuts the track very slightly. Now Willie Hanna just driving away from Stephen McConnell there.
Yeah, that was a very, very impressive rear initiation there for Stephen McConnell. Willie Hanna getting way out over the track. He just waits, as you can see there, and then as soon as he swings back across, boom, initiates, not giving him too much opportunity to pull away.
I'm not sure how much the judges are going to like that entry, because they did say you can only use 3/4 of the track to enter.
Not
and that
100%
was all of the track.
Yep.
Looked fantastic from here. Look how close Stephen McConnell is to the side of Willie Hanna's car, and a little bit of separation through the second hairpin. And Willie Hanna just having a little bit of the legs round the big corner.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the judges favour that, whether it's deemed as a bit of a hindrance to Stephen McConnell for Willie Hanna using all of that, all the circuit. If you're not expecting your competitors to do that, it can sometimes put you off. So, as you can see, a slight advantage to Stephen McConnell, obviously because he was the chase driver going into this, so we'll switch him around. and give Willie Hannah all the opportunity to climb up the side of this very sexy PS13. Just clips the cone. Stephen McConnell flicks it in nice and gently. Oh, slightly shallow, but very fast. Willie Hannah there just needs to capitalise, get on the side of it. Very good lead run here coming through clip 4. Stephen McConnell on the outside of the track. Willie Hannah just trying to get on that inside. Sneaks up the inside onto that pocket, but there starts to dial the speed in and the grip. Stephen McConnell, though, starting to pull away on this South Bank corner. Willie Hannah not getting as close as you'd anticipate. Slightly better chase run from Stephen on the first run there.
Fantastic lead run from Stephen McConnell, as you see. Quite a shallow entry, but it gives him loads of speed, and Willie Hannah really struggling to keep up through the first part of the track. Makes the dive then coming in through clip 4. Stephen McConnell on a very wide line there, and Willie Hannah just taking advantage of that. They come round through the last hairpin. Willie Hannah finds himself behind Stephen McConnell, and I think that gives him a little bit of a disadvantage as McConnell drives away round South Bank. So the power bar shows a slight advantage for McConnell, but we need the judges to confirm. As they're both congratulating each other, you can see them clapping, shouting at each other from the cars. Are they going to get out, give themselves a hug?
Themselves a hug, or each other?
Each other a hug. All right.
One judge's score has dropped in the bottom. We're just going to see who has taken the win. Oh, the suspense.
They're really making us wait for these decisions, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not very nice as a driver when you're sat there. Oh, have I won? Have I not won?
And nerves.
It's awful. Stephen McConnell has got a little bit of battle scar damage on the side of that car, a little tyre rub.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as immaculate as it was at the start of the day. And there you have it, McConnell wins.
Stephen McConnell is going to be over the moon with that. Yesterday's Pro 2 top 3 finisher, taking the win over Willie Hannah. And it will have come down to the proximity that he had over Willie coming into that hairpin, but also the big swing flick entry from Willie Hannah not giving the advantage.
That is right.
Next battle that we're going to get lined up, Stephen McConnell, again, another driver in Pro 2 having a fairy tale weekend, finishing within the top 3 yesterday. And again, seat time proving that's consistency over rules, getting up into the top 8 of today's Pro.
So James, Ben Bacon, Stephen McConnell to lead. James is very fast behind him, but a very weak entry from Stephen McConnell. James caught a little bit off guard there. Left napping as Stephen McConnell now drives away from James Van Bacon.
Oh,
and his tyres.
Has
that come off?
I can hear a debeaded.
Yeah, so it looks like James has debeaded the tyre.
And he's still drifting with no tyre on the rim because I can hear the alloy scraping.
How many, did he lose, 1 tyre or 2? Was that his bumper?
His bumper and a tyre.
Where did he debead the tyre?
Was it there? On the initiation?
Yeah, look, it's debeaded there. You can just see the tyre folding over as he comes around this corner, and he obviously realises he has no grip.
And then there's the tyre just rolling off. So it looks like as the car's loaded coming into that first corner with very little pressures in the tyre, you can see there was a white line on the floor, wasn't there, Mike? As it looked like the edge of the rim was rubbing on the floor. So
I guess we're going to have a 5-minute rule now, so James can put another wheel on. I imagine that wheel is not going to get either. Judges just wanting to have another little replay. Very weak entry by Stephen McConnell here, but James, he squats down. I don't think we quite saw the tidy beat that replay. Very happy McConnell there.
Yep, loving this weekend. Sat in this, said it was the best purchase he'd he'd got, you know, buying this new car. And he's gelled very well with it as well.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah, going from that BMW chassis into this.
So James Fenbacon putting some more wheels on.
Oh,
look at the dent. Oh, it was so immaculate, and there's a dent as well. I thought it was just a tyre mark, but it is. That's a full-on dent, and the tiny little scrapes in the rear bumper. That means you know he's kissed it.
Yeah. James Fenbacon has called a 5-minute rule while he gets his feet. And here we have the second half of the previous battle.
Steve McConnell versus James Fenbacon. James Fenbacon DV'd the tyre. New tyres on now. Can Steve McConnell keep up with the pace of Bacon?
Wow,
Bacon massive flick in. Steve McConnell though, still quite close as they initiate. Starts to be a bit of a gap. Can Steve McConnell make a jump onto the side of Bacon's car? Very snappy transition from James Fenbacon. Stephen McConnell struggling there to get back on the side of him as he's left a little bit.
Stephen McConnell doesn't need to do too much though, because he knows he's got the advantage. Just needs to stay close enough without making too many errors, and he will get the advantage as the chase driver. As you can see, both drivers there coming down into the clip 4 zone. Not too far away, but like you said, Mike, he's not getting right up on this side of the car, but he got the advantage from the first run due to James Fenbacon losing that tyre.
Yeah, James Fenbacon on quite a nice lead line there, though.
This would be another...
a lot of opportunity to jump up inside.
Yeah, another fairy tale weekend for Pro 2 driver Stephen McConnell if he progresses up into top 4.
For his next battle in the top 4.
And as you can see there from the judges' power bar, Stephen McConnell's got the slight advantage. We just wait for confirmation of the scores to drop in. A lot of camaraderie among these drivers, everybody. You can see they're all hugs and smiles, but as much as they're fierce competitors on the track. Yep, and we can confirm Stephen McConnell takes the win and progresses up into the top 4. Danny Maguire on the right-hand side against Stephen McConnell, both these drivers from yesterday. Great to see him here in the final 4, but we are about to get started.
Let's get the thumbs up from our track marshals. Ready to go. Colgate just G'ing up the drivers like they need any more G'ing up. And away they go. Danny Maguire to lead, Stephen McConnell to chase. Got it all to play for. Massive flick from Danny Maguire. Fantastic. Steve McConnell right on the rear corner of Danny Maguire as they come through. Clip 2, clip 3, and clip 4. Slightly cut in the track by Danny Maguire, but Steve McConnell right on the side of him as they transition. A big flick entry from Danny Maguire. Steve McConnell got caught a little bit unawares by that, but Danny Maguire now disappearing round the last corner, South Bank here at Teesside, and no proximity at the end there from Stephen McConnell.
If you watch this entry here, Mike, a big flick in from Danny, but Stephen's on the inside of the track, drops the wheel up over the grass as we move around onto the inside, and it's here where Danny's mid-circuit, offline, as we come around this corner. But it also looks like, as Danny has a very fast and snappy transition as he comes onto the second hairpin, he's slightly off power. As you come around this, you'll see he slows up a little bit. Here, the wheels straight, and then comes back into the corner. A little bit scrappy, but yeah, a good transition there from Stephen McConnell on that initiation to try and stay with Danny Maguire.
So we swap it around. I think the judges are going to want to look at a little bit of a replay. No, they're ready to go. Stephen McConnell to lead, Danny Maguire to chase. Stephen McConnell puts the hammer down to try and drive away, and a lovely flick against the wall. Danny Maguire, a little bit of separation now between the two drivers as they fire down into clip 4. Lovely line there from Stephen McConnell as Danny Maguire finds himself a little bit lost in the smoke and in the inside of the track as he climbs up an impact on the door of Stephen McConnell's car. Another tyre mark there, and
Danny Maguire was all on the side of Stephen McConnell there, trying to push him round the corner.
I think he pushed him a little bit too much.
I think we had a tyre contact there, which caused Stephen McConnell to be punted off of the circuit. We're going to have a replay of that, but wow, electric finish there for this second battle. Danny comes into this corner, starts to climb up on the side of Stephen McConnell as we switch it back around this hairpin. I think there's a little bit too much aggression there as we come onto this final straight.
Yeah, very aggressive here, and then just doesn't really let go, just puts his foot down, tries to use Stephen McConnell to steer him around the corner. It doesn't work. The wheels bounce off each other, and Stephen McConnell was forced off of the track.
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear cut there, that Stephen McConnell was pushed off circuit by Danny Maguire. Danny there trying to bring the fight to Stephen, and that very sexy PS is now a very dented PS.
Just a little bit too aggressive there.
And I think Danny knows. Yeah, you can see with the power bar that the advantage is towards Stephen McConnell. Look at it. Oh, Danny's like, yeah, I've made a bit of a mess aside of this car. Stephen McConnell's like, yeah. Smiles
still
all
big
around.
Hugs.
Yeah, but well, you dare not. He's done it. Oh, he's just seen the damage. He's like, oh
no,
mate.
It's a new car. What are you doing to me? McConnell takes the win.
Yeah, Stephen McConnell takes the win. Danny Maguire needs to get his car ready for the third, fourth battle as Stephen McConnell makes it into the final.
He's having a little bit of wobble of the wheels there. One of them moved quite a lot. Hopefully they're moving together. We have up next Steve Biagioni and Stephen McConnell.
Right, he's having a fairy tale weekend. He's having a blinder, and Bagsy, you know, he's got all the experience. But before we even get anywhere near this, we're not releasing the cars yet. These cars are going to wait there until we get the appreciation from all you guys. It's the last 2 rounds of the weekend. T-side, make some noise for the final round 1. That is fair impressive, and thank you very much, and you know, an applaud for each and every one of you for making it out here. So we are ready for the first of these 2 runs. Lee, Colgate, we are waiting for you guys to send the cars.
And there we go, Steve Biagioni to lead and Steve McConnell to chase as they come firing down the first entry. Big, massive entry from Steve Biagioni, and impact on the first corner. Can Steve McConnell hold it together? Steve Biagioni seems unaffected by it, but definitely a massive impact there. Can McConnell hold on to the rest of this lap as Bagsy puts the hammer down round the last corner?
Wow, I've started to lose my voice already, but that, I think Bagsy went in super quick, had plenty of angle, just started to power through, and Steve McConnell, slightly shallower, just comes in and just catches the side of Bagsy, but he was already transitioning, so started to move out of the way. And fair play to Stephen McConnell staying in it and trying to recover some of the proximity lost, but Bagsy not affected, not fazed by that at all.
Fantastic lead line as well, even throughout. So we'll swap him around. Steve McConnell to lead. Last run of the day, maybe. As long as we don't get one more time. Steve McConnell to lead, Steve Biagioni to chase. Slight advantage to Steve Biagioni at this stage.
Bagsy's
wait for the go from our start marshal, and they are off.
The last run of the day.
Steve McConnell fires it in at the wall, which is very close to the wall there. Steve Biagioni just left a little bit of a gap there as he tries to climb, and he reels in Stephen McConnell as they come through the first hairpin. Second hairpin makes a dive on the door of Stephen McConnell. They come round and a down power alley and contact again.
That looks like Stephen McConnell there, backed out of that, coming off that last corner. Bagsy had nowhere to go and the contact was made.
Yeah, Stephen McConnell looked like he shut the car down there, and Bagsy had nowhere to go but up onto the side of McConnell's car.
Yeah, it was looking like Steve was going to just start reeling him in and get up onto the side, and we'd have finished with a very, very close proximity. But as we can see, Steve McConnell comes around this corner, Bagsy's there, just starting to bring him in. Not touched him at this point, and then all of a sudden there's still a separation. Steve McConnell, watch here, there.
Yeah, it straightens up. And
the car straightens up as though he had shut off the power and nowhere to go. Almost backwards entry again in. Stephen McConnell's on the power, and Bagsy starts to rein him in as we come through this second hairpin. And unfortunately, Stephen McConnell just has a wobble or as a car issue or a fuel cut or something like that, where you see the car just straighten up. Bagsy had nowhere to go. It's just here, as you can wait for it.
Yeah, it just looks like he shuts down and the car has nothing. Bagsy has nowhere to go but the back end of McConnell's car. And in second place, we have in the lovely yellow PS, Stephen McConnell, everyone.
Plenty of appreciation from the crowd here for the efforts that this young guy has put in. New car, pro driver, stepping into second place, and fair play. Right, and one last round of applause for the top 3 finishers here at the BDC Wassenaar UK Championship at Teesside. What a fantastic event it's been. Great weather, great people, great atmosphere, and we can't wait to see you guys as well at Driftland in July. Tickets will be on sale very soon. Bagsy getting his just desserts there. It's quite warm and a face full of champagne.
He can't even get his open. There we go. Next up we have Stephen McConnell in another one of my favourite looking cars. This is
cool looking
so
car.
cool.
Yeah, really
this
cool.
car.
He's such a nice guy as well. Like, he was chatting to him there earlier on. They were having some issues with the car. He thinks they're all fixed. He was doing some good runs before qualifying, so I'm expecting a nice, fast, wild run here from Stephen.
2JZ powered Onevia, and he leaves the line. Look how bright it is, bright and yellow. It's just, it's a joy to have in the paddock. I like to look at it. And a bit of a
initiation along the wall, out perfect to the line. That's what we were seeing yesterday in practice from him.
Yeah, very nice wide line, making it through clips 2 and 3. Nicely now through clip 5. Loads of angle there. And lovely, makes it through clip 6 even with that angle. A very impressive driving here from Stephen McConnell.
Looked like he was about to shut down, but I think a clutch kick got him out to the wall and he left it there. Like, nope, you're not. Get over that line or we're not going through this again.
So yeah, a fantastic run there from Stephen McConnell. Sponsored by Treads Garage, Zestino, Lee Smart Racing, FCK, Wax, Pixelworks Photography. 88.33 puts him in 9th position, and I think he's going to be happy with that. And up now we have Stephen McConnell. Stephen McConnell making a massive impact. Last round came second in a pro class, coming up from Pro-Am. Got 88.33 points on the board at the minute, and look at this, flicks from the other side of the track and a lovely wide line. Look how good this looks. A little bit of a handbrake down to keep him in on the right line, but as he comes down to the hill, braking into clip 5. A little bit shallow on clip 6, but making it very nice and deep into clip 7.
That's a nice consistent run from Stephen.
Very nice,
exactly
run.
Exactly what you want.
I think that might have scored a little bit higher than 88. How much higher, I don't know. I think a little
between 88 and 100, I'd say.
Oh. Thanks for that, Mike.
No problem.
Very insightful.
So, a 90.67, so he does improve, and it puts him into 10th position. Oh, yeah, Stephen's going to be delighted with that.
Yeah, Stephen McConnell into 10th position, and that is it for us today. Mike, I don't think anyone would have guessed the final 4 at Teesside.
No, not at all. And it just proves some of the Pro 2 drivers who are coming in from the Saturday, you know, the extra laps seem to help, because a lot of them got to the final.
Exactly. Stephen McConnell really coming up for it. I mean, and even today doing absolutely fantastically. We see the standings at the minute. Steve Biagioni first, Stephen McConnell second, Kevin Quinn in 3rd place, Danny Maguire in 4th. We could see some upset here this
Yeah,
weekend.
definitely, because with 2 of our top 3 are not here.
Yeah,
Actually, at Goodwood Festival of Speed this weekend.
And
so.
we don't have, and we've got Dwayne McKeever.
Yeah,
in
and
this
Dwayne's just
time.
knocking around now, and he just got a 98 in qualifying, so...
Yeah, absolutely.
What more do you
unbelievable.
want?
The Stefan Stefanov with his first run, 93 points from Stefan Stefanov in his first run. Absolutely incredible. I've been talking to him this weekend. He's an absolutely lovely guy. Really happy to show you around the car and everything about it.
Just
in
a
there.
nice, all of them are nice guys
so
over in that
impressive.
area. Ryan Caldwell as well is putting in a blinder this weekend.
95 point runs from Ryan Caldwell. So, I mean, we could see this is
There's
just
only
going to be
one thing-
absolutely intense.
There's
this
only
is
one
be
thing
really
that's going to
intense.
mess it up, Mike, and that is what started to happen there just on the break. A little bit of rain.
Yeah,
so we're hoping
we
it's
did-
just a passing shower and we can continue on.
We did see it start spit. I think it stopped. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. Let's hope it holds off. But we can't forget about rookie pro driver Stephen McConnell is having another solid weekend.
So Stephen, what a start to the championship. Round 1 was amazing for you.
Yeah, still it was described as the fairy tale weekend, and it still feels like that way. Still on a total high from it. It seems like a bit of a dream, to be fair, as if it never really happened. But yeah, over the moon, it couldn't have asked for a better result.
I honestly love seeing the smiles. It even made me smile. It was great to see. But today we're actually at your home track, so you must be starting confident.
The complete opposite, actually. Like home track, there's a bit of pressure. A lot of guys are then coming up and saying, "Oh, round 2, you've got it. It's your next round. It's your local track." But as said before, statistically, we never really get a great result at Driftland.
You were knocked out by Steve Biagioni. He's not here today. Could that mean you could get that next step up?
Don't put that kind of pressure on me.
Have you had to make any changes to the car ready for this round?
So Teesside was pretty hard on the car. We done 3 full days of perfect conditions. So what I mean by that is hot tracks. So it was very hard on the car. If you remember back in the pro battles, we actually had to shut it down in the final against Bagsy, which I was raging about. But the heat had cooked the fuel pumps, so that was one thing we had to rectify. So we never actually knew what the problem was. The Link ECU did shut the car down, so we just knew they were a problem, but we actually didn't know what, because the car's still so new to us. I don't know how to work. I don't really know the Link software and that, but we took it to Dynatune. They found that there were a problem with the fuel pumps, went away, rectified that, and the car's then been back in for mapping. So the car was running 480 horsepower at Teesside. We thought it was a little bit more, so the car had previously been mapped a little higher, so it's now running 550. So a little bit extra power in there as well. It's only in the top end, so it should still drive the same. We've not made anything too dramatic. It should just make it a little bit more drivable top end, because there is a lot of grip in this car now as well. And we had a bad impact with Danny Maguire in the semi-finals on a Sunday, so we had to go away and basically realign the back end and the front end of the car. So basically just alignments, some repairs, and some dyno time, and here we are.
Well, fingers crossed with the results you're showing at the moment, you'll get more and more support on board. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you do this weekend, and obviously give a good cheer for the crowd here for the local boy.
Cheers.
Yeah, Stephen McConnell had a dream weekend at Teesside.
He really did, Mike. And Bagsy's not here, and neither is Kevin Quinn, so that's giving him a great chance. And let's be honest, he's looking strong in qualifying.
He is looking strong. But there's like he said in the video, he said there's a lot of pressure on him this weekend. Shall we see?
All
if
eyes
that's
are on him.
done?
Yeah,
Are
and
we
he's a
gonna
local
see-
boy as well.
That's right. Up now we have Stephen McConnell and Nathan Chivers. Nathan Chivers driving very well this weekend.
Yep.
Can we see a bit of upset against Stephen McConnell? We shall see. Stephen McConnell second place in Teesside.
Yeah. And he's on it this weekend. And it's his local track as well.
He's always on it.
Yeah.
Is he going to let the pressure get to him? We shall soon see as they leave the line. 2 fantastic looking cars. Look at these 2 cars as well as they come down. Stephen McConnell, a lovely entry. Now slightly shallow as they come up the hill.
Shallow.
Nathan Chivers in the middle of the track. And straightening
big
now
lap,
as
big lap.
Stephen McConnell comes down here. A massive mistake from Nathan Chivers. Stephen McConnell on a lovely line now for the second half of the track. As they come round, Nathan Chivers desperately trying to gain some proximity, but I feel he's made too big a mistake earlier on.
I think it caught Nathan there because he was on the outside wide line and Stephen was a little bit shallow, so then he was like, oh, I may follow him, and then they swapped places. Then Nathan went shallow and Stephen went back out to the outside line.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting how they'll judge that one.
I think that was just a mistake from Nathan Chivers.
Yeah.
I think he found himself in the middle of the track, and then he tried to get himself in the right part of the track. He didn't manage to do it correctly, and just found himself making some mistakes. So Stephen McConnell looks like he's got the advantage going into the second part of this battle. We have Nathan Chivers to lead, Stephen McConnell to chase. Gives the go ahead. And off they go. Nathan Chivers, Stephen McConnell. What are we going to see? Nathan Chivers, and lovely entry from Nathan Chivers, but very shallow. Stephen McConnell, though, nowhere near Nathan Chivers. They come around. Nathan Chivers on the wrong line as they come through there, though. Miles away from clip 3. Stephen McConnell absolutely nowhere, though, as Nathan Chivers driving away. Stephen McConnell has nowhere near the pace. Stephen McConnell
dropping wheels there.
Dropping wheels from Stephen McConnell, desperately trying to gain some proximity. Transitioned a little bit late through there, found himself lost in the smoke, didn't know where the track was, and yeah, just running a little bit wide.
Did Nathan get that big proximity by cutting the track at the start? Did he just all momentum threw it in and that was it? And then from that point, Stephen was just playing catch up?
I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to tell. Nathan made a huge mistake.
Watch this now. Look, he threw it in, right? But look, straight away, he's not near the wall. He's just mid-track, misses the clip. And like Steve was coming out wide, and then he actually changed his dial. But that's where the proximity was gained.
I think you
See,
might
I'm
be
only a
right.
commentator, not a judge.
I think you might be right.
Unless there's any jobs going on. Is there any jobs going, Brad? No, they're talking. He just want to talk to us now. He's judging people.
They're busy talking to each other. Yeah, Nathan Chivers really cut the line there to try and get away from Steve McConnell. I mean, it did work, but
Nathan
are they
Chivers
gonna
does have a fast car, though. It's just unfortunate that he was mid-track from the start. If he was out wider there, I still think he would have pulled the gap, and it could have been.
I thought you
result.
were going to say Nathan Chivers has a fast car. It's just a shame he's driving it.
Why
That
I
would
say
be very mean.
That's
The winner is Stephen McConnell, and unfortunately Nathan Chivers has to bow out of competition.
Are we going to hear from the judges in this one, I wonder?
I think you were right. I don't think
We don't need them. Okay, I'll give the judges.
They can chime. They can chime in if they like, but I think it was pretty clear.
Yep, they're saying nothing, so I was obviously right.
I guess you were right, Mike. Have the next battle coming up now. Luke Barker and Stephen McConnell. They are also going to go out for a sighting lap due to the change in conditions before their first run. I see the amount of rubber picked up on the front of Luke Barker's tyres there. They're so sticky, the front tyres, and there's so much rubber here. Just making sure they've got all the grip they need, and it looks like they do. There we go.
Yeah,
He
Luke's
shuts
doing
it
the
down.
wise thing now. He's like, yep, I've seen what I need to see. Let's save the tyres.
It doesn't look like that water's gone too far into the track.
No.
I don't think it's actually affecting the drivers at the minute. I don't think it's far
Definitely
enough
not,
in.
definitely not like what we had this morning.
No. That was different.
We had a mini river through Driftland this morning. We did.
I was digging reservoirs.
Yeah, digging reservoirs. If you need some groundwork done, give Mike Walton a ring.
No, don't. Absolutely.
Walton
don't.
Groundworks
No.
coming soon.
It absolutely
It
isn't.
absolutely isn't. I don't like digging. As you see Stephen McConnell make his pass, yeah, he's like, yep, good enough, that's okay, I can drive that.
Excellent. So let's get them to the line and get them lined up. We'll see Stephen McConnell's. Luke Barker is very, very fast this weekend, but Stephen McConnell, we've seen some pretty like
Stephen
second
McConnell's
place last
impressed us,
round.
and he's a local boy.
Yeah.
Driftland always throws up these local lads, and
Definitely
they
does.
make names for themselves in the BDC. So
Well, Stephen McConnell says he drives better elsewhere because there's less pressure on him. He says when he's here, everyone knows him. Everyone's looking at him going, I expect you to do well. And he's like, there's so much pressure, but let's hope he doesn't buckle. Here we go. Luke Barker to lead. Stephen McConnell to chase, and no initiation
from
at
Luke.
all from Luke Barker. Nothing at all from Luke Barker. Stephen McConnell now just on... Just a
doing
parade
practice
lap.
there,
This is a
really, yeah.
parade lap now for Stephen McConnell. What happened to Luke Barker? Are we having a mechanical fault? I mean, it didn't look like anything particularly went wrong with it.
yeah,
Well, I mean, he must have
something
broken
obviously went wrong because
he must have
yeah,
broken something, but
I don't think he forgot he was in a battle.
no.
No, he made it around anyway. So So I'm assuming Luke's going to call a 5-minute rule here, Mike. What do you think?
Logically, I would say
Logically,
he's going to
yes.
call a 5-minute rule. Yeah.
So that logically means we could be going on to the next panel.
I think we're going to push back Steve McConnell.
We'll just wait for confirmation from the tower.
It is official. Luke Barker has called a 5-minute rule, so we'll push Stephen McConnell back, and we'll get on with the next battle. Get Stephen McConnell out of the way. Really
Just
fantastic.
so consistent. Consistent is the key word for him.
And here we are back with
The second half.
second half of Luke Barker and Stephen McConnell. Luke Barker sitting on a 0. Stephen McConnell on a 10 currently. Full advantage to Stephen McConnell. I don't think we ever found out actually what was wrong with Luke Barker's car. But he's made it back. It's getting a bit warm down there.
It's always warm when you're sitting in the drift car. Mike.
Yeah, it is.
Because you have the race suit and everything on, the helmet, all the gear.
And there we go, Luke Barker caught napping there almost, so Stephen McConnell driving away. Luke Barker now on the rear end of Stephen McConnell as they enter into the first track, a lovely lead line. And Luke Barker giving Stephen McConnell just a little bit of room, but he's going to make a dive now as they come down the hill. Nice and wide line, but look at Luke Barker, might get himself caught up here. He's in the wrong part of the track, but he manages it very nicely and transitions back onto the rear quarter of Steve McConnell as they come across the line. Side by side.
Luke Barker did anything he could in that run, but unfortunately, he didn't do anything that'll turn around 10-0.
Absolutely not.
Steve McConnell knew what he had to do. He's like, I have to do a clean lap of this track, that's it. And he's been doing that all weekend, so.
And here we go, let's get a decision from the judges. I think it's going to be fairly obvious who has won this.
Who?
Stephen McConnell.
Okay, thanks.
Stephen McConnell. And it's official. Stephen McConnell takes the win, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, Luke Barker having a mechanical issue and having to bow out of competition. And I believe that was our last battle of the top 16. And we are now going to move on to the Funk Motorsports Great 8. And what a battle we have. First off, how are we getting all these battles before the finals?
I'm sorry, but the first of every bracket has been as good as the final.
Why?
It's not. It's just. This is nearly worse than all the Irish lads knocking themselves out.
Yeah.
All the good. This is just. Oh, no.
When they turned it around, Ollie made quite a big mistake, 1 to 3, had a big handbrake drag at 2 and a slight straighten at 3, and we were just looking at how harshly we were going to penalise that. But in our opinion, the marshal was not close enough to him to be affected by that. So as a result, Silcock got the win.
Well, there you have it. Silcock taking the win out. We are on to our next battle, which is going to be another very exciting battle. They're all exciting battles.
I think from this point on now we've established they're going to be exciting battles.
I think it's been an exciting battle from the first battle in the top
true.
32. And off we go. We have Ryan Caldwell versus Stephen McConnell. Ryan Caldwell to lead, Stephen McConnell to chase. A big flick entry from Ryan Caldwell now. As look at the smoke that's pouring off, but Stephen McConnell is not letting him get away as they come down the hill. Is Stephen McConnell going to get lost in the smoke? I don't think he is. He makes a dive. Now Ryan Caldwell on a lovely lead line. Stephen McConnell cutting the track slightly to gain some proximity. He needs to make that dive around the second part of this track. There's a little bit of separation now as they come across the line.
Yeah, so Stephen McConnell, there was a small bit of separation at the end, but he did a good bit of work in that. But Ryan Caldwell is so fast. He's just...
It's an extremely fast
one. And like... Yeah, I don't know. Is it the tyres? Is it the Tri-Ace? Or what is it? But like, the pace he had there out the gate was ridiculous. Stephen looked like he was playing catch-up from the start, but he did a very good job to stay in the battle.
He did indeed. Well, let's see what Stephen McConnell has got in the lead position. Ryan Caldwell, are we going to see a repeat of his last battle? He's glued it to the door.
Yeah. Oh, the bonnet been open in Ryan Caldwell's car.
Are they checking something? Well, they're definitely checking something.
They're definitely.
What are they checking?
Why, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Is there an engine there? Yes, there is. Okay, never mind, off we go. Yeah, I'm really excited to see now what Ryan's going to do in the chase position here.
Here we go.
He's going to have to be aggressive from the start, Mike.
He is indeed. Stephen McConnell to lead. Ryan Caldwell in the chase position. And he is. Look at this. Ryan Caldwell enters into the track. Ryan Caldwell sticking it on the side of Stephen McConnell. Look how close they are as they come down the hill. Nice line though from Stephen McConnell as Ryan Caldwell. Look how close he is. Is he going to get himself boxed in? Of course he isn't. He's going to make a dive round the last corner. Stephen McConnell, fantastic. And look how close Ryan Caldwell is.
And you know what? Stephen McConnell put a brilliant lead run in there, but Ryan Caldwell was just like...
Look at the chase run.
So aggressive, just so aggressive. That transition between 6 and 7 yet again was just like front bumper to back bumper, boom, done, lovely. Tucked in so nice there as well, like just, yep, ready to go. Now puts the power in and just follows him all the way down the hill.
Just makes a dive from here.
Perfect, on the outside line from Stephen McConnell, like exactly what the judges want to see. That's, yet again, it's another great battle.
Another
fantastic battle. But they're all fantastic battles.
Of course they are. This is the British Drift Championship, don't you know?
Yeah, of course.
We are going to shake each other's hands and the camaraderie between these two drivers. And we have a winner. It is Ryan Caldwell takes the win, ladies and gentlemen. And Stephen McConnell got into the Grade 8 again, and he was only in Pro-Am. He was only in Pro-Am last round.
Yeah, so...
And he is in the Grade 8. A Funk Motorsport Grade 8.
It's
in
just
round 2 again.
Mind blowing, like he's well able to keep up with the big boys. That's for sure there.
Yeah. No.
So his next run is going to be fireworks.
Absolutely. Up next we have Stephen McConnell. His glorious looking PS13.
Stephen McConnell, he's just some driver he is. He's unbelievable. No matter where he goes, he just seems to be on the podium, and he is killing it at the start of this run here. Look at that, Mike, out perfect wide. Nice snappy transition through 3, back out to 4, lovely. Could be a small bit deeper there, okay? The judges don't want you in the middle of the track. They want you right out at the edge there between 4 and 5.
I think this is a safe run from Stephen McConnell, and it could almost be a little bit too safe. I think he's going to get a good high score, so he's going to be in the competition for sure, but we have seen better.
There's a lot of pressure on Stephen as well, because not only does he have all these big drivers here this weekend, but he's Dwayne catching up on him in the championship points, and he is leading it. So there's a massive target on the back of that PS13.
There is an 84.67, puts him in 11th position, nearly middle of the pack.
Really high scores here today, the British Drift Championship.
Yep, next up we have Steve McConnell.
Stephen got an 84.67 his first run. He's currently sitting in 14th position, so what can he do to impress the judges? Very like Dwayne, safe entry, as in I'm going to try and get maximum points without risking too much. But yet again, by the time he gets through clip 2, out on the perfect line, Stephen smoking 3 sisters out of it. A little bit early in the handbrake coming into clip 4, but I don't think they'll mark him down too much for that. Look at this line, Mike.
Slightly shallow there as he comes through clip 7 and clip 8. Arm out the window.
He's happy with it. He thinks he's done enough.
I mean, he's definitely done enough.
Oh, he's definitely. We're all done enough today. I think nearly everyone qualified, didn't they? Bar
everyone.
Bar 1.
Yeah.
Bar 1.
Arunus,
yeah. I couldn't think of who there for a second. Fuel cell jitteries.
There we go. He does improve on his previous score. 87.67 puts him into 12th position. And that is the final car.
Very excited to have the Drift Masters guys here. When it comes to the battles, I'm not going to care who we get. Like, people run up and tell us, oh, you're battling such and such. I don't care. A battle's a battle. But it would be good for the socials to battle somebody like Connor.
You know, there's obviously 2 contenders right now, Steve and Dwayne. Quite close. I don't know.
There we go.
I love this sticker on the back of Steve McConnell's car.
Financial
We
mistake.
can all relate to that, Mike.
Yes.
Yes, we can. Financial mistake.
So we have Stephen McConnell, the current pro championship leader at the minute, against Stephen Fitzgerald in a brand new car.
Stephen's still getting terms with the new car, but he's getting better and better with every run, and that's a huge initiation for both guys.
Yeah,
see a small bit of a gap. Stephen's just sitting back there. Let Stephen do his transition. Now Steve McConnell is just pulling away.
Can Stephen Fitzgerald make a dive on the back of McConnell's car.
It's just
going to have to make
the same proximity, really, isn't it? He's not.
Yeah, but it's not
closing that gap.
Yeah, but it's not that close. It makes a dive now and almost gets himself tucked up before he comes over there. Yeah, Fitzgerald in the complete wrong part of the track. Steve McConnell on a good lead line at.
Denies it after years.
Yeah, it is a hell of a noise.
It's a hell of a noise. Yeah, as we see it.
Yeah, McConnell's a little bit shallow there just after clip 2.
He also has a bit of a straight in here now, just coming up to clip 7. What's
he drops a wheel here.
And then it pulls him out a bit. Look at the front wheels.
Yeah, and a bit straight, but
Steve Fitzgerald did very well not to come in contact with him. You see, he just held back a little bit just to let him come back.
Stephen Fitzgerald was on completely the inside of the track. I almost think he got himself tucked up there. That's a difficult one. I'm glad I'm not a judge.
Yeah, definitely glad I'm not a judge. Even though we sit here and play judge.
Yeah, we just pretend judges. So Stephen McConnell having a slight advantage now going into the second part of this battle. We have Fitzgerald to lead, McConnell to chase in. That a big flick entry
from
from
Steve Fitzgerald. But Steve McConnell, look at him, tucking right in behind him, not letting him get away. His spotter must have been on. Oh, he's very shallow there.
Yeah, he's cutting the track massively as McConnell to keep up with Stephen Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald in now. McConnell going to try and make a dive. Is he going to make a dive in the second part of this track? He needs to close the gap up now. Stephen Fitzgerald in a very wide line. McConnell's in the middle of the track. Doesn't get himself tucked up like Fitzgerald did as they come round the final corner flying. There's a little bit of little gap in between the car as they come over the line though.
We would like seeing a bit more proximity from Steve McConnell, but
yeah,
I think he might have just done enough over the 2 runs to get the job done.
Yeah, I think he has.
2 amazing looking cars, aren't they?
Just having a quick look at the dive here. Stephen McConnell cuts the track an awful lot here to keep up.
See him stamping on the front brakes to make sure he tucked in nice and tight behind him.
And then he cuts the track again there. And then makes another dive, but he doesn't really sort of dive. And McConnell was really cutting the track, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the judges think about this.
I think our judges are not going to have an easy day today.
No,
this is top 32. It's only going to get harder.
Yeah, it's under review at the minute, so the judges are having.
So under review, what that basically means is the judges have a lot of extra camera angles that we don't have on the live stream. So they can sit there themselves going through, I want to see this, I want to see that, slow it down, speed it up. They can look at the same section 10 times in a row if they want. So that's what under review means for everyone sitting at home.
Well, I mean, that's the politically correct version. What's actually happening?
They're having a huge fight.
They're having a massive argument
fight
in the tower.
Yeah. We need to get like an octagon for the next round of BDC, just so the commentators, oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
They say Steve McConnell takes the win. And I think we are going to have to go back to the judges again to see why that is the case. If they're finished arguing and they can find the right button to press. And they thought I was bad with the button.
Sorry, guys. We were just having a few technical issues.
Throwing twigs.
Buttons are difficult. So, yeah, it was a really, really even battle, and it was actually a split decision in the end. I was at one more time. My 2 colleagues were just on the side of McConnell, and it was really down to just a couple of very, very minor errors where they were offline through 4, and Stephen was a little straight through the outside of Luna in his chase position, and McConnell was a little bit cleaner.
Brad, they're both called Stephen. Which one is that?
Oh yeah, my bad, sorry.
You're alright, man.
Oh, it's never easy.
Okay, alright, I think we get the gist of what you mean.
He still didn't tell us which Stephen, so we'll just assume.
Fitzgerald
Thanks,
was straighter through Luna.
Thank you.
Sorry, my bad.
Thank you very much, Brad. Thank you for that.
Oh, yes.
We've got a good battle next. A good battle next. Jamie Stanton versus Stephen McConnell.
Jamie Stanton is just a man on a mission this weekend, but Steve McConnell knows.
He's the championship leader. He's doing something right. We know that already.
Dwayne McKeever's gone as well, so he has to just try and get over this next hurdle. If he can get onto the top 8, that's some valuable points to gap Dwayne.
Yep. So they leave the line. Jamie Stanton to lead. Stephen McConnell in the chase position. A massive flick.
Oh, wow.
Jamie Stanton, huge cut of the track by Stephen McConnell, but he finds himself nearly tucked up there. He makes a dive. Look how wide Jamie Stanton is now. Stephen McConnell, is he going to make a dive through into 4? I think he's a little bit far behind. Look at the angle from Jamie Stanton. How did you hold on to that? And Stephen McConnell needs to make another dive, but he's making a whole host of mistakes in the middle of the track. Makes a dive now onto the rear quarter, but a little bit too little, a little bit too late as they cross the line.
I don't think Steve has an answer for Jamie.
No.
That E36 is on fire this weekend. Like, he's killing it on track. I'm very fast, Mike.
Stephen McConnell just desperately trying to, he's cutting the track and then throwing it on angle, and then obviously Jamie Stanton was on a nice line, so just driving away, and Stephen McConnell just didn't really have an answer other than to cut the track.
Cut the track, and he cut a good bit there just between clip 5 and 6.
Yeah, I mean,
he made a huge
inside
the track.
There's cutting the track, and then there's
driving
straight onto lock, and then straight onto lock onto the side of the car. That just doesn't really work, I'm afraid. So we'll swap them around. We will have Stephen McConnell to lead out Jamie Stanton.
Has the advantage and is in the chase position.
Yeah, so it's not looking good for Stephen McConnell at the minute. He throws it in a little bit of a weak entry as well from Stephen McConnell. Jamie Stanton just giving him a little bit of room to manoeuvre. He's going to make a dive onto the side of his corner. He's just playing it a little bit safe. A nice, very safe amount of proximity. But he makes a dive now just after clip 4. And it finds himself, I have a little bit of a gap. Another huge dive now.
Dive from Jamie.
Where did that pace come
like
from?
He had a catapult there and he just let it build pressure for a second and dived in. But as we see both cars coming over the line, Jamie getting back into the battle. A very good lead run from Steve McConnell.
Yeah, look at Jamie Stanton. Lead front. Look at this angle. He just manages to hold it on
Kept
the line.
the wheel perfect on the edge of the track. But yeah, that's a very good lead there as well. Look, you can see Stevens out very wide, letting Jamie get right on the door.
Okay, it's a massive dive, and then he snaps onto angle.
Did you see how he just like paused and then just shot up there?
Yeah.
Nitrous? Did you press the NOS button?
Just the button.
Fast and Furious.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
There we go. It's confirmed. Jamie Stanton takes the win.
Jamie Stanton is just
having a hell of a weekend, isn't he?
It's just, I love it though for a driver when the car and the track driver, they all just work and just click.
They're doing very, very well today. And that is our current championship leader out in the top 16.
That's 1 and 2 out, so we could see a big shake-up. And Ross Bard is 3. All out.
Wow.
By the top 16.
In the top 16.
Very, very interesting.
Welcome to Teesside for the final round of the British Drift Championship 2021. It is going to be a spectacular show with battles going into the night. Also, the pressure really is on our championship leader, Stephen McConnell, with a fully stacked grid, including big names from the British and European drifting. But can the rookie defy all odds and win the championship? Or will one of the other 10 drivers still in with a shot steal the title from his hands?
It's starting to get interesting now.
It definitely is. But up next we have Steve McConnell, the first place in our championship.
There was one.
He needs to defend this first point.
And he's a 94 just gone ahead of him.
Yeah.
No, and Dwayne is like, I'm coming for you today, man. This is fine.
That is exactly right. And he looks like it's going to do a big entry from Stephen McConnell now. Very nice and wide line as he comes through. Clips 2. Just coming off of the bank a little bit of a handbrake drag as he comes into 4. Nice line, but we could have seen a little bit more angle for more points. Chucks it into clip 5, round the outside of clip 6. Collects 7, lovely, and across the line.
Hand out the window, doing exactly what we want to see. He is happy with that runway.
Very much so, very much so. Just a little bit of a handbrake drag there just to get himself in exactly the right position, but that will be more than enough to get him into the top 32, I imagine. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but
Stephen is one of these drivers that just put him in the battles, he comes to life.
That is exactly right. Stephen McConnell is sponsored by Treads Garage, Zestino, Lee Smart Racing, FCK, Wax, Pixelworks Photography.
What an interesting first half of qualifying.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
91 0.33 puts him in 3rd position. He is right up there. Wow.
That means all these lads are going to go hard now on their second run.
And
brilliant.
Wow, he really is here to put on a show this week. And another person who is here to put on a show is the current championship leader, Stephen McConnell.
Big initiation.
Big entry from Stephen McConnell. He's currently sat on 91 points. A little bit of improvement to make to beat Dwayne's score. Look how wide he is. I don't think he's quite got the pace of Dwayne, but still fast nonetheless. And on a very, very, very wide line, a little bit shallow just after clip 6, but beautiful as he comes across the line.
Yeah, he did very well to get back on the line after 6 to 7, but other than that, I think it was a very good run. As you say, maybe not as fast as some of the other cars we've seen, but still a very good line.
Still a very, very good line, and we shall see what happens when we get into the battles. The judges having another confer on the score. He gets a 91, just shy of his first run. And he remains in 4th position.
Well, I tell you what, I would not want to be Steve McConnell right now.
Definitely not. It won't be easy, but he's got what it takes to, and the T-side has been his best result so far this year, so his team will be hoping for another solid finish.
Yeah, and his biggest rival from round 1, Bagsy, who isn't here this weekend, he must be feeling a little bit more confident.
Stephen McConnell started off in Pro 2, now leading the Pro Championship. How are you feeling?
We did not expect to be in this position. We have had the dream season. We moved up from Pro 2, getting a pro license straight away from round 1. This new car has been the best thing that ever happened to us. It's something we've needed for a long time, and I'm glad it's all came together this year, had a bit of reliability, and yeah, over the moon with how it's went so far.
Did you actually have to do much to the car prep-wise before the season started? Has it changed a lot? Is that what helped you, or just consistency has been the key?
Well, for a couple of mechanical failures, we went through a diff right at the very start of the season, but midpoint we've had a lot of reliability, which is, I think, been key in helping us get to this position in the season.
And obviously, you still haven't kind of won the championship yet. There is still another 10 drivers that could potentially steal that from you. How are you feeling this weekend? Do you feel confident still?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. I'm looking forward to it. This is my favourite track, so I'm really excited that we're finishing this season here. My team have worked out down to a T what points we need depending which drivers make it to which stage of the competition, so we know exactly if someone goes out there where that puts us, but when it comes to Sunday we'll just be concentrating, take one battle at a time and just send it.
So there's a lot of big drivers that are here actually this weekend. Is there anyone in particular you're thinking, yes, I'd love the chance to battle him or her?
That man right over there, Jack Shanahan. That's dream battle. It doesn't even matter. See if it was top 32. Love to come here and battle Jack Shanahan. That would be a dream.
Well, I think it's going to be an amazing weekend. I literally can't wait to see you out there battling one of the best. Best of luck.
Cheers, Michelle. Thank you.
I have to say, coming into this season, Steve wasn't on the top of anyone's list to win the Pro Championship.
Well, no, Mike, he didn't have a pro license coming into round 1. It truly is an underdog story, but I remember back to Michelle interviewing him before qualifying at the second round, and she said technically he's leading the championship because Bagsy wasn't there and he stopped her in the tracks. He is leading the championship now, by a fair margin.
So true, but he hasn't won the title just yet. There are at least 11 other drivers who are going to try and take it away from him today.
All the pressure though is on Steve McConnell this weekend. So what is it? Like, he has to win the event. Or no, if Dwayne wins the event and he comes 3rd, he still wins the championship.
Correct. He has to. If Dwayne wins, he has to come 3rd or higher. So,
but there's so many other hypothetical situations.
Oh yeah. Just a mathematical nightmare. My abacus has not enough beads to work out.
Mike has 2 abacuses in front of him. I've got 3 calculators, a pen and a piece of paper. We should be fine, shouldn't we? We get this. We promise we won't make assumptions on this one.
Right, so we'll have Steve McConnell lead out Stu Jones. Steve McConnell very much has to win this battle in order to take the championship. So there's a lot of pressure at the minute. And Stu Jones is going to apply that pressure very firmly as they enter the first corner. Stephen McConnell on a lovely lead run. Stu Jones just got a little bit left in the dirt at the minute. Big handbrake drag from Steve McConnell, but a whole host of mistakes from Stu Jones in the chase position, Mike.
Yeah, just unfortunately all going wrong from Stu. He's coming off the bank. He's done a good job to get back on the door for the second half, but he did cut a lot of the track, and there's the body panel carnage we were expecting just at the end. He gives Steve a little rub.
Just a little nudge at the end, going, nah, I'm still Stu and I'm here.
Yeah, don't forget about me. But yeah, I don't know what exactly happened when he was coming down off the bank there, but it just snapped completely the opposite way. She did good not to do a full 360.
Yeah, just a massive amount of mistakes from Stu Jones. So let's swap them around. Stick Stu Jones in a lead position and hope he doesn't make those same mistakes, because that could be catastrophic.
That could be catastrophic. That could be the big body panel that we're talking about. Stephen McConnell's car, I just think it's beautiful. Like, and it seems to be changing from round to round. Like, he's adding more little bits to the whole look of the car. And it just
yeah, I did like it as a plain
yellow.
Onevia, and it looked absolutely amazing. Wow, massive flick from Stu Jones. Doesn't quite pull it off, and Stephen McConnell almost colliding with the back of Stu Jones' car. That was absolutely. How did he miss that? That was absolutely amazing. Stu Jones on a decent line now, and Stephen McConnell making a dive through the second hairpin, but a big straighten from Stu Jones. He's really struggling to drive his brother's car, and Stephen McConnell just holding back a little bit and making sure he doesn't get into contact. He's got a long way to go. Stephen McConnell.
I want to see the start of that run again. How did Steve not just take the back of Stu? There might have been slight little contact. I think I seen the S13 bumper.
Let's have a look.
Here, we'll get a look now. You know, when we go quiet, we're concentrating.
Oh, he does touch it. He does touch it. It doesn't look. There's no damage to Steve McConnell's car, but he definitely did tap the back of Stu Jones on entry. Wow, absolutely, that was awesome.
Like this.
How did he hold on to it? It didn't phase him at all either.
And still entered perfect and got in a wide line.
Well, he is. I mean, he's leading the championship for a reason.
Yep, definitely, 100%. Steve McConnell is a new man since the last time he came to Teesside.
And there we have it. Stephen McConnell takes the win. And unfortunately, Stu Jones, that is the end of his day today.
Stephen McConnell, give it up for the championship leader so far. I know you never expected yourself to be here, so you must be just buzzing.
Yeah, it's been a total dream season for us so far. No matter what the result, it's been the best year ever for us. So Charlie's took my £200, so hopefully pulls through on it.
I can't wait to see if you do take that championship today, so best of luck.
Thank you.
We're just getting excited, Mike.
We may well see that battle in the Great 8. Well, that's Stephen McConnell versus Charlie Hume now.
Charlie Hume is the hero of the weekend so far, but we all
look at this from Steve McConnell. Charlie Hume not phased at all from the big flick. Steve McConnell starts to clear onto the door.
Yes!
And Steve McConnell, look at this from Charlie Hume, makes a dive now into the first hairpin. Look how close these two drivers are. They're going to get himself caught, but he doesn't. He manages to make the transition again.
Brilliant.
Absolute masterpiece from Charlie Hume.
Yes! Go on, Charlie.
McConnell across the...
Whoa! Mike is just about to collapse beside me. We might need a medic in our trailer, but what a chase run is basically what I'm trying to say.
Charlie Hume, that was amazing.
Steve McConnell gave a great lead line, but the aggression from Charlie Hume. Like, what's our best hours in that car? Like,
I don't think it's anything special.
Is he just pedaling to that good?
Yeah.
Man. That's a sign for everyone to get an SR. Mind the 6 cylinders. We're all going the wrong way.
Oh, no.
Everyone follow Charlie. He knows what's going on.
Right, Charlie Hume has a slight advantage going into this run. Steve McConnell is now in the chase position. He is not the championship leader for nothing.
Oh, Stephen is tucked in behind him. Charlie with the big initiation, but Stephen is starting to reel him in. Door to door coming through clip 2. Pushing hard. Look at Steve McConnell. He's just touching him all the way around the bank. Into the decel zone now. Stephen is just literally glued to him. This is probably the best chase winner of the weekend. What a transition.
That's absolutely insane! Insane from both drivers!
Oh, man.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Tisa, just go mental for them. As soon as they get out of them cars for the results, please go mental, because both them drivers deserve it.
Incredible driving. Absolutely unbelievable driving. It's just intense and just.
I'll just take a minute there, Mike.
Just have a think. Look at this! Look how close Charlie Hume is to the back of Stephen McConnell car on that initiation. And then they're just knocking on each other's doors all the way through. Just through both.
Absolute
McConnell just
brilliant.
touching.
Look at this, though. He's just dead touching them the whole way down. Look.
Neither driver are phased by any of it. It just looks so much concentration on both cars. Body panels hanging off.
Literally a drift masterclass from both drivers.
Yeah,
there.
this is, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands up for Stephen McConnell and Charlie Hume. What a run!
They've definitely won the hearts of Teesside tonight with that battle.
Definitely.
Win, lose or draw, they both won this event. So, our judge's decision is in.
The judges have made their decision, and I can confirm Stephen McConnell takes the win, ladies and gentlemen. And a very hard-fought battle by Charlie Hume. That must have been very close.
Steve McConnell keeps that championship dream alive yet again.
Yeah, he does indeed. Yes.
And do you know what?
He is having to fight.
He fought for it that time. He really did. Who's next, Mike? I don't know how we're going to get through this without one of us having cardiac arrest.
And up next we have, wow, Stephen McConnell versus Robbie Burgoyne, the championship leader so far. And Robbie Burgoyne has just been amazing today.
Robbie's been amazing,
awesome.
awesome. But he could also do Dwayne McKeever the biggest favour ever right now by eliminating. Yeah, see, we don't know what's going to happen. Get the abacus out quick. Oh, where will this one go?
Here we go, and they're off. Stephen McConnell leads out Robbie Burgoyne, flying into the first corner.
Oh, look at Robbie!
Initiation. Look at Robbie Burgoyne straight on the rear quarter of Stephen McConnell as they come flying down into the first hairpin. A big dive from Robbie Burgoyne. Look how close he is to the side of Stephen McConnell, who makes a dive through the smoke.
Oh, yes!
On the
Absolutely
rear quarter.
unbelievable from Robbie Burgoyne. That is insane, Jason. How did he not make contact?
Unbelievable
that
stuff.
run, he should have run off that PS13. What a run.
Unbelievable driving.
Just... Is it time to say it now?
Yeah.
Teesside, are you not entertained? They're entertained, Mike. They're entertained. Oh, I love night drifting.
This is amazing.
Steve McConnell has his work out from here now. He does.
Yeah, he does for sure. But I mean,
Robbie Burgoyne in that one series is just a pleasure to watch.
yeah, he is flying today. But Stephen McConnell,
We won't count it out just
no,
yet.
Definitely not. As they come flying down the entrance, a big, a handbrake drag there, and a little foot brake from Robbie Burgoyne, but huge. Look how close Steve McConnell is now to Robbie Burgoyne. This is a mirror image of our first battle. Look as they go through. Look how close Steve McConnell is. He makes a dive through the smoke. And finds himself in the middle of the trap. He gets straight back onto the rear quarter of Robbie Burgoyne as they finish the run. Oh, this could be a really big shake-up now.
Wow.
That was a small mistake from Stephen McConnell, but we are looking at small mistakes now.
It's going to come down to them very little details that Stephen just positioned the car in the wrong place after transition, and he had to kind of stall up to let Robbie obviously stay ahead of him in the lead position.
It was a very tiny
There it is
mistake.
there,
Look,
just
here
he had
it
to stall
is.
ever so slightly, but he was very inside.
I mean, it was so slight as well, and he got straight back on the door. Didn't affect Robbie Burgoyne's line at all, so why?
Yeah, just had to take a minute there just to evaluate everything. The noise out of Robbie Burgoyne's car is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's he hates the sound of it.
Does he?
He was telling me he hates the sound of it. It's a flat plane crank, so which basically means the V8 acts like two 4-cylinder engines.
They sound like
Shut
two
together.
SRs at once.
We have a winner, and a big upset is Robbie Burgoyne takes the win, ladies and gentlemen.
Heartbreak for Steve McConnell. It's just unfortunate that he met Robbie Burgoyne when he's a man on a mission tonight. Mike, quick, you go do the maths there now.
Well, if